Hey all! In this video I'm taking you along to a visit in the nunnery. It's called Choling. It's a local nunnery here and there's around 300 nuns there. And this nunnery started out really small with just like around 60 people, and now it grew a lot in the last few years, and they are actually building an education and science center. So that's what I want to show you in this video, because they are in the construction phase. They were supposed to be finished right now, but there was a bureaucratic issues. Like you can imagine, we're in India. So they had to find funding, and then they have to follow a lot of rules, and there was something going wrong. And yes, this projects never have enough funding, as you can imagine. So I wanted to show you the vision. It will be a beautiful 3-story building, as you can see. I was there last year when the construction was in the beginning phase. I will link this video downstairs in the description box, so you can compare how far they got in 1 year. They finished with the outside wall stuff, and soon they will start with the interior design of the whole building. You hear some clips about what's going on, but it might not be so consistent. So just to explain to you, on the first floor there will be the normal classrooms for the nuns for education. On the second floor there will be the libraries. So there will be a Buddhist philosophy library on the one side and a modern library on the other side. And there will also be a digital library. There will be a computer room, this kind of stuff. That will be on the second floor. And on the third floor there will be things like the science lab. There will be a dream yoga sleep lab. Ani Choyang, that is organizing this whole project. She studied in Emory for 2 years in the US, and she is part of the Dream Yoga research group. And yeah, it's an exciting project. It also happens in the science center for the monks, and some of my monk friends work on this project as well. But now they try to be more equal with the nuns, so there will be a nun science lab as well. And there will be like a retreat room, meditation room, this kind of stuff. And on the rooftop there will be a telescope as well. In the future there will be a dormitory built for women, and this center will be open for visitors from everywhere. Like Ani Choyang has a lot of amazing ideas what kind of retreats and programs can happen there, and she is really interested in exchange between Westerners, lay people, ordained people, all this kind of stuff. She wants to do a program for local women, like from the villages, and also have a interfaith group meeting there, because this region is actually a region that is a center of like Muslim and Christian people as well. Obviously there's also a lot of Hindu people in the towns here, while they have this little Buddhist Tibetan village, the settlement put up here in the middle. So she wants to have more conversation between the different religions and inspire each other, these kind of projects. So we will most likely work with them in the future and get maybe some teachers there for our little NGO, and also might have in-person retreats in this nunnery. Let's see if this all works out as we would like to. And yes, please have a look around in this video. And then there's also my third cast on, the Elton cardigan, but you will see more about this in this clip. And I hope you enjoy this video. We are visiting the nunnery today to meet my friend Ani Choyang, but also to see the update on the science center that they're building. And this is the main gompa, and I guess we will go in there later, but I just want to give you an overview of the place. You see the construction is still going on. There's lots of stones here.
Average 3 hours per day here. I don't know, so I have not had another chance to that's the teacher. But I wonder because you have to stay that's kind of the core.
look at the process of the Science Center. We were here last year. It's developed quite well. Now there's 3 stores. This is one of the nuns' dormitories.
Did we show you?
Yes, amazing. 3 stores now. And proper rooms. This will be an amazing study place.
Each teacher have one grade, one classroom. The classroom size is like this. If you go to publish it online, please don't take a video. The classroom is 18 by 22. Great. So we are now, today people will start to make time. Yeah. Timing. And go view. Yeah. So all these are aside, same aside. There's one room for teacher, teacher room. Yeah. But I'm thinking the teacher room is very little bit smaller. This is the teacher room. There will become sofa like this, and then teacher, and then there will be like small cabinet, and teacher can make hard work. So in the plan, the project plan, we have like women room. So now in the second phase of the project, we are going to build women's like dorms, I can say. We are trying to provide more education for women in the future. So when they host the event, women need house little bit with the supply with the nun. So it's a thinking to build around here. If you could also integrate your
You know the place?
There will be a director, like we will making this partition. And then here's 3 workers, librarian, science, and then here will be sofa, but all these are the libraries. And this is a digital library. This will be modern library. Modern library. Yeah, modern library. More like science, English, math, all this. This other side is Buddhist resource library. This is modern resource. Philosophy now people bring their Plato and all this. Yeah. So this is called modern, science. I'm a dream yoga researcher also. Amazing. Woo! Going to crazy.
Yes.
No, your system doesn't, the
Yes, yes.
system can support that.
Yes.
Blauen Geschichten.
Aha.
Wohnen die. Dort wohnen die und ziehen, wenn sie die abgegrast haben, ziehen sie dann irgendwo weiter. Aber jetzt bleiben sie erstmal.
It will become playground. Men's playground.
Ah, that's great.
Ja, schon.
So there's this from here, from this corner,
Ja.
and from this current is centers area. Land. So I'm thinking there will be built a playground for the nuns.
Namaste.
And then the other side.
When it's free, there you will build up the roof like that, but water tanks will be free. So one part you can use for
Today I'm casting my third project for the 12/6 cast-ons. The original project by Jan and Jans is the 12 cast-ons, but I'm only doing 6 because I couldn't bring more projects with me on my trip. And this is actually my 6 travel projects. So what I'm trying to cast on today is an Elton cardigan by Jorge Locatelli. It's a really simple pattern and it will be a staple cardigan, I hope. And that's why I choose grey yarn for it, because that will just go with everything I might wear. I realized that I have a lot of beautiful knitted items that don't go together with anything because they have beautiful special colors, but you cannot mix them with everything. So especially for a cardigan that I want to throw over a lot of things, it's a really good idea to have it in a neutral color that goes well with literally everything. So this mohair that I choose for it is called Homage, and I don't think it exists anymore because I bought it like at least 2, maybe 3 years ago in a sale, and that was a sale because it's going out of production. So maybe they are making something similar now, but this doesn't exist anymore in this way. But I love this color. I made my Plometis shirt out of it that you might have seen in a previous video, and I had a lot of it over, so I decided to use it in my Elton cardigan. And the second yarn I'm using is this organic merino cotton by Relana, and it's a really beautiful yarn that is good for like summer and winter. And actually the shirt that I'm wearing is made in the same yarn, just in a different colorway. So this is the Ani Choyang by Irene Lin. You might have seen it before on my channel, but I'm wearing it right now because even though it's really hot down here, it's easy to wear because it's a mix of merino and cotton, and in this way it's quite beautiful. And this is a nice fingering weight yarn. It has 230 meters on 50 grams, and I love it. So I hope I will make a nice cardigan out of it. And I'm not sure if I make it in the correct way because it is a nice simple project, but I might get bored by it. So I consider mixing up the Elton cardigan with the Sussurro sweater that is also by Jorge Locatelli. I will add pictures of both here. And the Sussurros cardigan, you can see, is also a mix of a fingering weight and a lace weight mohair, but it has lace patterning in the fingering weight section. So I thought of maybe combining both, so kind of making a Sussurros Elton cardigan to have some interesting patterning in it. But I have to see if it works. Like, I think from how far I looked into the patterns, it could be a good combination, but let's see how it works out in a practical sense. I will cast this on and I will update you later what I decided and what I will make. Hey all! I was able to visit the nunnery for a second time now, and this time I had a really special company. I had the chance to go there with Venerable Thubten Chodren. She is one of my teachers online for 5 years already, and I finally had a chance to really meet her in person. And she arrived some days ago, and we had a small meeting with Ani Choyang the other day, and she was invited to give a talk in the nunnery. And on this occasion, the nuns also showed her around in the Science Center project. Ani Thubten Chodren is supporting the nuns all over the world for a long time already. She has her own little nunnery in the US. It's named Ravasti Abbey. It's in Washington State, near to Seattle, kind of near. And she is friends with Ani Choyang for many years already. And she is supporting this project. And she hasn't been here in some years. And she was really surprised how much has changed in the last years and how much the project has developed. And I was able to take some clips with her, how she was shown around. We had a nice dinner, and then she was giving a little talk in the nunnery, and I will add some of these clips here. Why do these nuns need the support?
Like a wall.
Or walking.
During the rainy season, no rain. During hot season, no pain.
Yeah. No pain. Less pain. Yeah.
She said the same. Venerable Chodren. It's Brittany doll.
I know.
Yes.
Oh, you know her. You know that you're here.
I am. Yeah.
You are, my goodness.
Great to see you. Also,
And
we
you're
don't see a time every
ordained.
friend.
Yes,
Never expected.
And so it's too open, but it's okay.
So it's 3 floors. Yeah.
Starting with 2, but now what?
Yeah.
Debate was 2, only 2, but
So they will be a lot of people. Yeah. Lot. Yeah. Questions? That's half 9. And then you hit the Indian village. So what we're seeing there, that little red roof, is that the Indian village.
with this, yeah. No, he was also in the time when he was in Switzerland. You could invite him to come.
It looks like that there's a big tree. There's a big tree. And then there's something red. And this is also rooms for the nuns? Yeah. All nuns, yeah. There's now 300. I know. Yeah. Wow. And all this is
I am just watching Hohi's news podcast while I actually cast on her Elton cardigan. And it's a nice little project. I started with the right and left back shoulder. Now I joined the shoulders and now we are knitting short rows. I don't think I will get that far today because it's already quite late in the afternoon. I have maybe 1 more hour for knitting and that will be it. I went to the nunnery this morning already, so it will take a while until this gets bigger, but I have cast it on. I would like to tell you a bit on why the nuns need our support, and they would really appreciate if there's any support, mental, sharing a video, or maybe money if you have some left after the Christmas days. I'm sure a lot of you spent all the money in December already, but it's a new year, so it's a good time to create new merits. And why do the nuns have less funding? It's a historic question, because traditionally only monks were allowed to study Geshe, and only some years ago, His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama, started this program for nuns as well. So the first batch of nuns that got the Geshe title only got it in 2016. And actually there's 37 Geshe-mas in this nunnery now, what is a great number, when you think that this title takes around 21 years to get. So you can see that they studied for a long time, and they are amazing teachers, and their knowledge should be spread. And the nuns plan to do way more social work, way more with the local people, with the lay practitioners. But traditionally, the funding all goes to the men. Just for you to compare, around this area here, they have 10,000 monks and 300 nuns. You can see there's a huge difference in amounts. And there's way less nunneries in Buddhism, like especially in the Tibetan Buddhism. And traditionally, the female nuns were not the ones that studied much. And don't get me wrong, in Tibet, also most monks were not able to study a geshe title. So it's not that there's a big discrimination of women. His Holiness always says women have the same opportunity to get enlightened, to be great practitioners. And also Buddha himself never made a discrimination like this. But just culturally and societal, there's just way more opportunities to support monks, there's way more advertisement. The monasteries were built first, they're much older, everyone knows them. So a lot of local people put their money more in the monasteries than in the nunneries. Also, the nunnery is not like central, it's a bit outside, as you can see with the rural backgrounds that you saw in the videos already. So these nuns need support to develop in the same way that the monks do. And that's why it's really nice that they built this education center for nuns now. So there's more nuns having an opportunity in the future to study well and to become great masters and teachers. Also for people like me, because sometimes it's easier to identify with a woman teacher, with a female teacher, than with a male teacher. And they might be able to understand some topics in a different way than a man can. So I actually put some of the inheritance from my mom that I got into this project. And if you have like a small amount left, I will link the nunnery's donation website down in the Dropbox. And please have a look, and they would be really happy about your support, and I would be happy about it as well, because we all can study in the center in the future.
No, it's too low.
Wir sitzen am Rand, ausgerandet. Du, weißt du was? It doesn't. Oh yeah, it's your place. No. This one is your place. Dann setzt euch mal da vorne hin. Ja, die saßen hier vorhin auch, die Kleinen. Aber sehr weggemacht. Aber das wird ja richtig voll, hör mal. Die Älteren sind aber auch da. Ja, natürlich ist das interessant für sie, wie das vom Westen her abgehandelt wird. Insofern ist es auch für die Älteren wichtig, weil sie ja die Jungen.
Who began the nunnery. Very brave. She started out with nothing except His Holiness saying, make a nunnery.
곰베 스지 심부레라스라 같이는 당고 곰바디 고수에라 가쿠시요 마레라스 네 콘소쇼게라 니들 곰바지 차답 쇼스네 이송바마도 아니 시행가쿠시요 마레스 니들 겹토와들라 곰베 스지 심부레스.
And she gathered a group of, I don't know, 10, 15 young nuns who are now your senior nuns. Very much to eat for the nuns. There wasn't a lot of food to eat.
오케이. 디가스라 아니 사야동에요라 공부요레라스.
Yeah, but they were all very sincere practitioners.
이네라 베 냐메나요라 냐메나 도나요레라.
And so now, all these years later, you see the result of their hard work. And you have a beautiful monastery, more new buildings growing, opportunity to practice the Buddha's precious teachings and to learn them.
말씀으로도 땅 알아야라 남추 자야다 남추 냐린시야기라 그것도 도와서 그랬어.
Because in my life, my goal is to develop bodhicitta and develop wisdom realizing emptiness.
Yeah.
His Holiness always tells us, isn't it?
원수님이 가드이나 언니니 숨기도 알았어.
So you should wake up in the morning and say, today I'm going to learn a little bit more about judgment and about don't need
Yeah, don't need to. Don't need to share. 다시 한번 나와다가요. 수술라 먹어야 되겠어. 드링이야. 잔죽 있습니다. 아니 돈이 기타와 키스 죽여보시는 시라. 어머니죠.
And you remember how fortunate you are to have the opportunity you have.
나 수술이라. 수술 고급인데 요아디라 수도 속불이야랬어. 마수는 친구 인사면 시라. 언제 속불이라.
And another thing that you have is you grew up, another opportunity is good quality you have is you know Tibetan.
Yes.
You know Tibetan language.
Oh,
So this is another blessing.
어디 마세라 먼저 정말 되게 신고라. 어디 안에 수도 친구집이래랬어.
Okay. I didn't grow up knowing Tibetan. You know the language, you can go to your teachers and ask questions. Take advantage of that.
아주 정말 되게 그거라 대신에 gelala야 gelala 컨디슈 그라기 벽에 시교디기 계산시라 온딜레니여라 카도 기지시야 기지티야예레스.
And the scriptures, you know the language, because the canon has been all translated into Tibetan. That I was born with didn't make much sense to me. Didn't make sense to me. It wasn't very logical. The religion, my family, was not very logical.
아니요. 공기 남이기 최시라. 어디 코로나 뒤로 통기 분들었다. 보니 어느 땅사 유교라 로직도 윤센데마이라 언데 토마스 원레스.
They talked about a God that created the world.
다 군중이 같이도 라지여라 라지여레스 라디게 좀리 칸도 수일 레자 집고 원텐지 두레스.
And I would ask, if God could create the world, why didn't He do a better job?
아니라 기들라기야 전부니 칸도 수이나 공기 들렸다 내가 들리 양아지 같이 지어 말이라니 라이인레스.
Yeah, there's so many wars, there's suffering. For what purpose?
또 전부는 남미 먹고도 알아. 동해 먹고도 안 또 같이 소리야.
And nobody could give me an answer that made sense. That was logical.
수강기가 불안라 윤세 댐비기라 렌견이 미도 우사.
So I just said,
I don't believe that.
I just said, I don't believe that religion.
답이 어디 이치민도 라인이라서.
And then I was teaching in school. I got my college degree, and then I became a teacher. I was a teacher of elementary school.
딱 거야 콜리지 튕기라 콜리지 튕기 가서 아니 이 부부 춘줄라 겔라치기 왜라스.
I knew nothing about Buddhism.
낭슈콜라 아니 신기메라스야.
But one day I saw a flyer in a bookstore, and it was about some Tibetan lamas who were coming and they were going to give a course. One day I was in a bookstore and I saw a flyer, a sheet of paper, an announcement, that two Tibetan lamas were going to be giving a 3-week course.
어디라 니무지 콩 칼코스라나 이 변주칸들이라 내 컴버스나 데디도 가서 아니 배박이 라마니 페샤사 아니 건조기 윤라라 중비 윤라 숨나야 나 원디 이제 낭슈하기 들어라 고스들이 아니 라베 라야시라 원든지 레이도사.
And since in the summer teachers don't work, I said, okay, I'll go to this course.
야가여라 gel라든지 롭센 치기 마라 알레 아마 원디라 장가드레니 라니라스.
And one of the first things the Lama said was, you don't have to believe anything we say.
원디 라마기라 당슈 가르라스나 그라라 같이가라 카도 이치 최고 말해 레도사.
They said, you're intelligent people, you listen, you think about it. If it is reasonable, then use it. If it's not reasonable,
원디 네 라마기 인데스노사 카도여라 이치 최고 말해. 그냥 보니 아니 윤생 덴바레도 삼나라 레라 아니 윤생도 삼나 유셔나 디레스.
but so when they talked, about samsara, about what the mind was, what the person was.
What the mind was.
Yeah, what is the mind? Yeah, what is the person? What is samsara? Yeah, when they talked about this, it was very reasonable. It made a lot of sense.
Okay. ता लामागी खरसुसला ना राजुगिरा 디 동이 카레릴라죠. 동이 무스라죠. 동이 카레레 아니 카레 셈 카레레 카사 카레릴라리아 타마 무스우는 거수 아니 거기 디 빈센데 바도아사데 통스로라스.
And when they taught the antidotes to anger and to attachment, these, when I practiced them, they really helped my mind.
언제 네 나도 컨트롤 정당 아니 뇌찬 정당 저 라비도 가서 그런게 무슨라네 지라 어디 군에 그러나 핑기 두올레스.
And what I really loved was when they talked about bodhicitta. What I really was attracted to.
디마세라 다 찬주기 셈거를 셰요라 이 공원에 유명기 솔레스 베 이란디에서라 오늘 찾솔레스.
Because I always had a feeling that the purpose of my life must be to help others. The purpose of my life must be to help other sentient beings.
그런기라 미세기 힘부지라 수수기 미세기 교den지라 언디라 미셴바다 로바시아랑 이수.
I said, wow.
아니 그럼 와우 라이레스.
So I quit my job and I went to Nepal.
아니 거기 내가 이유니라 아니 배율라.
As expected. I didn't get too far with my cast on, but I can show you this little bit. This is the back panel. There's a small part where you start with the shoulders, then you do a bunch of short rows, and then you will do stripes that are one with fingering weight yarn, one with mohair, fingering yarn, mohair, and that's how the whole cardigan will be constructed. You see it's quite wide, so it is a kind of oversized cardigan, and I'm already making the smallest size possible, and this will take quite a while. Let's see which project will be the one I work most on soon. No idea yet, but yeah, I think this will be beautiful in the end.